Okay. Are you guys there? This is wild. Remember this pup date with Cassie that she actually had her eye, but I have another amazing pup date and some big concerns. Well, we actually get a chance to meet up with Mel, who's considering adopting. All that and more to come. Stay tuned because we have so many good pup dates, like on Jax, the little guy that was so scared and staying at the back of the kennel, and Freya, who I think a lot of y'all didn't see because her video was at the end of another video. And wait until you meet her parents. They were willing to adopt a Pitbull, and there's actually a fun surprise. So, okay. Anyway, stick around. Let's jump into it because do you remember Sparkles, who I am pretty confident was really terrified because she was involved in the LA fires? Let's replay her episode, and then I have a pup date for you that, to be frank, I'm even surprised by because I didn't know if she would come around, and just wait until you see this transformation. So get ready. Grab your coffee. Put this up on the TV. Thank you for everyone watching it on TV, even having your pets sit around and watch it with you, and just let the pup dates roll, the good times roll, the happy adoption stories just flow through your heart and give you a smile. Here we go.
Okay, the dog we're going to sit with today, you'll see in a minute, she's shut down. Like a lot of the dogs I sit with. But it was so hard to get her to turn around. I even got to the point where I wanted to give up. But I'm glad I pushed through, because I think when you see what happens at the end, you'll fall in love with her just as much as I do. I think the thing that gets me about German Shepherds is the emotional state that they're in is always reflected in their eyes, especially their eyebrows. Right now, we're seeing more German Shepherds in the shelters than any other breed. Personally, statistic-wise, I don't know. And everyone always say, oh, Pitbulls and Chihuahuas. Years ago, yes. And there are still a lot of Pitbulls in shelters. But German Shepherds and Huskies have been on a rapid rise. And it breaks my heart because the German Shepherd is such a loyal companion. A dog that is built to be loyal, but also to work, has a strong prey drive, and they don't do well in shelters. In fact, I would say of all of the breeds, German Shepherds are the ones that are most likely to fail in a shelter environment. And so when I see a dog like this, I know we've got to help, and that's what we'll do. I'm gonna get some treats out of my pocket. I think we can start there. That is kind of the secret to success with German Shepherds, is they won't pass up a good treat. I'm in Los Angeles right now, and actually the Shelter San Gabriel Valley Humane Society reached out to me and said, we could use some help with this girl. And just in general, there's so many strays right now from the fires, and shelters are just overwhelmed that they need help. And so I got over here right away, and I saw her, and I said, oh yeah, I knew. I put the camera down, I went around, looked at a lot of the dogs they had here, a lot of happy tail wagging dogs. The shelter team's doing a really good job here. But yeah, she's not doing good. Let's start with a treat. Oh, perfect. I'm gonna sit down. I will say the nice thing, like every shelter environment is different, of course. Do you see how my sit down completely shifted the environment? I'm gonna keep some treats going here, because that fear is, I want to try to help release that fear in this dog. Oh man, I can't make it. I'm gonna turn a little bit here. The thing you have to be careful with German Shepherds in this environment is their movements are subtle but very defining. So if you look at her, like licking lips, which is submissive, but can also quickly come before an attack. I don't think she's gonna attack me. I'm just saying that these are things that can happen. The darting of the eyes and the movement, just all of these things are, she's saying to me, her body language is saying to me, I am very uncomfortable. And the last treat I gave her, she picked up and then dropped. And so the fear is overriding smell and taste, and that's a challenge. That's good. So, okay, see how just my small shift, my not talking to her, just having a conversation with you, shifted the environment. which is good. Alexis, are you around the corner over there?
Yeah, I'm over here.
Alexis, what's the story here?
I'm still getting a few details straight, so one second.
Okay, actually that's perfect because Valentina came to the farm yesterday, and so many of you have been asking for an update on her, and it was pretty emotional. I gotta give you this Flips Farm Pupdate on Valentina, and then we'll jump right into her story.
Remember Valentina? She was so bad, I had to scoop her up out of the shelter and rush her to the ER. Animal Care Services and Dr. Impet jumped into action.
At the time of filming this, Valentina was in such bad shape, we didn't know if she was gonna make it, especially when it's that intense. And when she came to the Flips Farm, because this is a Flips Farm Pupdate, it was so bad. But the Animal Care Services team, Dr. Impet, they helped her so much. And what's really neat, because we're telling this amazing Pupdate and you're gonna get to see her actual gotcha day right now, is Suki, who was there from day one taking care of her at Animal Care Services, is her new mom. Okay, watch this. One of my favorite moments in this Flips Farm Pupdate.
Okay, here we go. Come on. I mean, that's one happy tail wag right there. Look at that. That's a wiggly butt.
Oh my Lord.
That's your new mom, Valentina? Oh, she remembers you for sure. It's like, at this point, I'm like old news. I'm toast, you know? She's like, I got my new mom, let's go.
Them reuniting for the first time again was just amazing. And so I'm happy to say our little Valentina, our big Valentina, is adopted.
Her favorite treats, we'll give you more.
Okay.
She went through more this morning than I thought she was going to. And she loves this soccer ball. Like, as you can see, this is like her favorite thing. Go get it. But it's a bit deflated, so we're sending you home with the exact same thing. That way she can have one at home. No, you can't pop that yet. Then also her dog food.
Okay.
Sundays that we've been feeding her, that's obviously worked wonders. All of the shampoo and everything that's really helped her. But you know all this stuff because you know, you spent more time with her in the beginning than anyone else.
It still like just sends chills up my body just thinking about where she came from and where she's at now. And Suki, her new mom, renamed her Ophelia, which I think is beautiful and so fitting for her. And it makes me so happy. And I wouldn't have been able to do this without all of you guys just being on this journey with me. So thank you.
And I'm happy to say this Flips Farm Pupdate is brought to you by Sundays for Dogs. As you can see, dogs love the taste. As soon as we brought Valentina in, we let her have some of her favorite food, which is Sundays for Dogs. It's been instrumental in the dogs at our farm on their healing journey. And not only does Sundays for Dogs have human quality food, but they also believe in helping dogs just like we do. It's why they're allowing me to give you 50% off. This is something exclusive. So go now, use code Rocky. I'll put the link in the description, or just go to rockykanaka.com/Sundays and try it for your dog. You've seen how Pumpkin loves it, Pippa, Polly. I even feed it to my dog, Kobe. It's been transformational in their healing journey, which is no surprise because it's human grade. There's no prep, no mess. It's air dried and it's vet founded and run by a vet. Dr. Tori said that it took him 3 years and over 17 formulations to improve the flavor, but they kept going for it to get the texture right, the digestibility before they found the perfect recipe. Okay, don't wait. Go to rockykanaka.com/Sundays or just click right here on the screen. Guys, let's support the companies that are helping us help dogs.
Okay, were you able to find anything?
Yes, I got all the details I could.
Okay, boy or a girl?
She is a girl.
What is her story?
We do have her estimated at about 2 years old. She has been here now for about 2 weeks.
Okay, so she could have come from the fires. I mean, obviously you're going to tell me here in a minute, but for her to still be in this state after 2 weeks and this much fear really puts her in a danger position because it doesn't take long for this behavior to set in and for this just to be a permanent behavior for her. Okay, what do we know? A microchip?
No microchip, no collar that we found.
Came in with no collar.
No collar.
Gosh, man. All right. Yeah, she's still just shaking. Anything we know on her story?
We do. So before she actually came to San Gabriel, she was running around from animal control in Duarte, which is not that far from here. She was running from animal control for almost a month.
German Shepherds are really good at evading. They're really good at it. So that doesn't surprise me. So was she just really skinny when she came in? It's been a couple weeks. She's still pretty thin.
I'm gonna guess she probably was a little bit lighter and skinnier than she is now, especially because she was on the run for weeks from animal control.
German Shepherds are scrappy too. Like they're good at like finding and eating scraps. And I'm not saying they should survive on their own, but they're good at it. Okay, so for weeks, animal control's out there trying to find them. San Gabriel Valley Humane Society's animal control or city or?
It was actually that city's Duarte.
Duarte, okay. Yeah, because around here there's LA County, there's independent rescues and shelters that have contracts. So, okay, so they were out there. Okay, so how did they catch her?
Unfortunately, don't have too much information on that end.
Okay.
They don't know where she came from, but because the timeline, we know it was a couple weeks she was on the run. I wouldn't be surprised if it coincided with the chaos from the fire situation.
Oh, baby, I'm sorry. It's just shaking. It's like she can even feel the story, or she can feel the sadness in our hearts from what she's been through. And I just, it's like, you just want to reach over there and just hug her and let her know, like, these fires, this catastrophe, if that's what it came from, it's not her fault. As traumatic as it is for everyone, every family and person affected by the fires, it's the same for animals. And you can see it firsthand in a dog that has been here for 2 weeks and hasn't had any progress in coming around because they've been through such a hard event. And you can see the sadness in her eyes. She's sad. Okay, so then how did she end up here at San Gabriel Valley? Do we know?
Yeah, animal control from Duarte brought her to here.
Okay.
This was like the best place for her to go at that time. They did also nickname her here as well.
Oh, okay. She may not know her name yet, but what's her name?
Sparkles.
Okay, let's see if she knows her name yet. Sparkles. Sparkles. I think she knows. Did you see that little tiny, teeny ear movement? Replay that in slow motion. She got to watch for the little moments, right? She's not giving me a lot because we're not there yet. But there's that little movement, that little motion. You're a good girl. Yeah, you. You're a good girl, Sparkles. You see that little eyebrow? Me? It hits. She's heard good girl before. Sparkles, you are a good girl. You're a good girl. Yeah, you're a good girl. Who's a good girl? Is Sparkles a good girl? Yeah, you are. Do you want a treat? Here you go, Sparkles. It's a treat for you. Yeah, okay, that's okay. We got a little lick lip, so we're gonna pull back a little bit for a minute. I tell you what we're gonna do is we're gonna try a bigger treat because this will just be different. I caught her looking at it too. Sparkles, you want a treat? You want that treat? You can have, oh, good girl. Good girl, you can have that. Yeah, you want that? Go ahead. Good girl, Sparkles. Good girl. Yeah, look at that curiosity coming through. She may not even eat it, but now she's thinking about something else other than her state, right?
Being transparent right here, I really started to feel defeated. Like I felt like I wasn't doing a good job telling her story. And I love to give a dog the scoop and have them in my lap. But I understand not every dog's going to do that. But she was still hugging the walls. I couldn't give her any affection to show her that she was loved. So I decided just to spend a lot of time here with her. And it worked. She started taking some huge steps. I mean, small, little increments, but a big deal for her in the initial state she was in. Watch what happens. And wait until the end of the video because the staff continues this. And I think you'll really love what you see at the end.
Good girl. You're just a good girl. Is that okay? You're a good girl. Hi. There, you're a good girl. Yeah. Does that feel good? She's really unsure about this right now, and that's okay. I'm just watching her cues. Do a little bit, we'll come away. I feel like I'm not doing a good job of telling her story, but I hope you see little moments like that and you see what I see and you see that curiosity that will help bring her out of her shell and make her an amazing, awesome family dog. Sometimes it's hard because like she's moving around a lot. So, oh, there we go. So maybe, you know, you can't see her as good as I can in the kennel because the cameras aren't on her. You want to eat right out of the bottle? You can. Here you go. Peanut butter. It'll just keep coming. I'll keep squirting it. Peanut butter. But I mean, this is also really big, right? Like when I first came in here, she was so scared. There's no way she'd take peanut butter from me. Let's try something fun. Let's do the Pac-Man, but let's do it peanut butter style. Ready? Oh, she's stealing my jerky treat that I put over here. Hi. Oh, this is really good. Okay, maybe we are making some progress. See, that's why it's so important. Like when I started getting a little sad because like I felt like I wasn't doing a job helping her and telling her story, and I shifted mentally to think about where she'll be one day. She knows that. Dogs can feel that, right? Like I think dogs can appreciate vulnerability, and they can sense where your heart's at and where your head's at, and if you're sad, they're sad. Like that stuff transfers with dogs. I do love that she's trying to steal my treat stick that I put over here. You can have it. You can have it. Yeah, you're a good girl. She's like, oh, wait a minute. Maybe I'll just get the rest of that peanut butter, then I'll go hide it. It's pretty cute. You know, dogs are such social creatures. I think sometimes we forget that, right? We think, oh, that's a dog. They'll be fine. They're going to do just fine. But when she's been through everything she's been through, likely the fires, she needs affection with food to even feel comfortable to eat. I'm the same way, right? Like if I'm feeling unloved, if I'm upset, if I'm having a hard time, like food isn't something I'm like, oh man, I'm going to go eat a lot. That's not always true. Sometimes I'm like, oh, I'm going to eat a lot. But food is such an often an emotional connection for us. Same with dogs. If you can adopt her and you can set up an environment where she can just decompress and come to you when she's ready. If you can just kind of ignore her for weeks or months, she will come to you. And when she does, if you can give her little rewards like letting her eat treats from your hand, giving her peanut butter, it'll go such a long way. I think the best thing about sitting with dogs and just this journey and this YouTube channel has been you. Because like before, not every dog I would sit with, we could get adopted. And still sometimes it comes close because I think a lot of times people think, oh, that dog got adopted because a lot of people saw that video, and that's not always the case. And what I really love now is, or I hope, is that our community can come together and that everyone can share this and we can help her get adopted. Because without this video, the likelihood and the chance of her getting into a home with her current behavior, the fear that she exudes when potential adopters come by, it's unlikely. And I know you say that's the kind of dog that I want to help, and I get that, but you're a dog person. If you're watching this, you most likely have a really big heart for dogs. And some people are just coming into this. They don't know adoption or rescue. They've never done that before. They might be first-time dog owners. And so when you see a video like this, you go, I want to adopt that dog. But I'm telling you, most of the time the challenge is that's not what is occurring.
You know, did she come from the fires? I mean, with all that trauma, I can 100% say yes. You don't have that much trauma unless you've really come from something that is just life-altering. And the LA fires were just that. And some dogs I worry about more than others on whether or not I'll be able to get them adopted. I mean, we have you, and that is awesome. So many of you are watching, but when it comes to a really shut down large German Shepherd that's been through trauma, it really starts to narrow the amount of people that are willing to take on that risk. And so when I heard that she was adopted by this family, I was just jumping up and down with joy. My neighbors must have thought I've just completely lost it. Certainly they heard it all the way on the other farm. It makes me so happy. There's a picture of them all adopting together. And look at this image. of her now in just a serene world. It looks like a screensaver. Her going on hikes in these amazing areas. And I want to tell you what her family actually had to say, because it's not perfect. And I want to really point this out, because I think a lot of times people adopt and think it's going to be perfect, but it's the special people, and you're probably like this too if you're watching this video, it's the special people that go, you know, it doesn't matter the amount of time it takes, and even if they're never to 100%, welcome to this safe haven, this home. So her new dad, Bruce, and his entire family, they instantly connected with her through the video. And they felt this was a sign, because Bruce's 9-year-old German Shepherd has an amazing name, Rocky. I have a dog named So What? Now, Bruce and his family, you can tell, are very smart and true dog lovers, because he was really concerned about her shyness, but he was really smart in the fact that he used Rocky to really help guide her. Bruce knew that if it was just her by herself, it would have taken her a lot longer to really get used to humans. And she's taking cues from their German Shepherd Rocky and watching and learning how to be a dog and come back to being a dog who is not fearful of humans. So much to the point where Bruce is actually even able to pet her now while she's eating, and there's no fear or aggression or reaction. That is huge. That is a big sign of trust. They renamed her to Peanut, which is just adorable. She is a little peanut. Perfect name, perfect coloring as a peanut. It really softens that scared German Shepherd, doesn't it? If you meet a scared German Shepherd and their name's Peanut, you go, oh. So they said they're still working on getting Sparkles as comfortable as they can with all the family members, and they know she'll come around in time. In the meantime, she loves her walks, playtime, and overall is a happy girl and has a bright future ahead of her with Rocky by her side. Bruce and family, thank you for being true dog lovers and giving her the time and the space that she deserves. Okay, speaking of dogs who need a little time, what about Jax? You remember the little guy that was so scared not coming out of his shell? Well, I have some information on him that I think you're really gonna love. And Freya, which I think a lot of you maybe didn't see because I put Freya as a bonus little video at the end of Jack's episode. So it's gonna be like all new, but we talked to Freya's family and they did something unbelievable at the shelter with Freya, and just stay tuned. It's gonna be a fun little video I think you'll like. But so many of you have been asking about Jax. So let's get to that. I want to share his fairy tale story that is in development right now. But first, let's do a little recap on what happened when I first met Jax. Hi. Oh, hi. You're pretty. Hi. Oh, you're just a puppy? You're going to be okay? I'll come back and give you a treat here in a minute, okay? Oh, adorable. Oh, my goodness. What is going on today? Adorable city. Oh, good. Adoption hold. Okay, you're gonna be okay. All right. Hi. Oh, hi. Love. It's okay. Hi. You got a noisy neighbor?
I recently read a study that, or heard a talk or something, I can't remember where it came from, but it really caught my ear because I have little ones. It basically stated that outside of being loved and cared for by your parents and your home, the next biggest determining factor of your success and well-being in life is where you're brought up, is your surroundings, your community, your environment. And for this dog to thrive, it has to have the right environment. And this dog right here has not had an opportunity to have the right environment because we just cleared that Rottweiler out of here, and look at what a different dog you get. A wagging tail, willingness to come accept a treat. As humans, when we're in the wrong environment, we can often put on a front. We feel like we don't have a choice and we're trapped, just like these dogs here. I think it's why my heart goes out to them so much, because I've been in the wrong environment before. I think most of us have experienced that. And I think the harder we try to help each other and help others that need help in their environment to have that sense of community, it can just go so far. Like this little dog right here, just with a little bit of assistance, can really be the matter of survival for this dog. And I'm guessing here, speculating, but it's almost like there was a barrier that wasn't allowing this dog to feel free to go up to the front of the kennel. And now that that barrier is gone, it's almost like they're looking for something. And I do see this often with dogs where if I had to guess, they are looking for their family. Like, they're waiting for their family. They're going, this is not where I belong. I've got to get out of here to get to my family, or I'm looking for them. They're coming to get me. Oh, you are sweet. Oh, wait, are you a boy? You're a sweet boy. He's still keeping his distance from me. Understandably. I think treats are going to really be the gateway into this little one. That tail wagging's good. That's a good sign. It's really easy to look at a shelter and go, yeah, why would they put that little dog right next to that Rottweiler? Shelters are doing the best that they can with the resources that they have. And they're a reflection of their community most often. So if their leaders give them an appropriate budget, or if people in the community are able to keep their dogs and cats more often, then you just get less animals in the shelter. And then the shelter might have more choices or options on where to place animals, depending on how old the facility is. You know, a lot has been learned. A lot of new kennels, they don't face each other. They've got sound dampening, but that's expensive. And a lot of shelters just aren't allocated that budget. And so the shelter is doing the best they can, but sometimes it results in a kennel reactive Rottweiler next to a little guy like this. And he's just petrified. So we moved that Rottweiler out into the yard immediately, just fine. No kennel reactivity. But, you know, I would be the same way in a kennel if I was locked in here. I would be angry and aggressive. I would be like, get me out, let me out. Environment. The good news is we are here to change that. With your cute little one-spotted eye. Yeah, Alexis, can you film him? Okay, watch this. He'll take a treat from me, and then he'll look for something, his family or someone to come get him. Watch. Treat, and then immediately checking for someone to come get him. I could be completely wrong. Could be that he lived on the streets his whole life. I don't know. But if I had to guess, something's going on. I've seen this before. Can you sit? You know a trick? Let's see if he knows any other tricks. Hey, Alexis, tell me you're finding something in the notes on this guy. Is anything in the system?
There is, but I'm just trying to dig for more right now.
Oh, okay. You have a story? Let's see. Come here. Let's see if you know tricks. Come here. Can you sit? Oh, okay. Yeah, that's good. Okay, let's see if you can lay down. Can you lay down? Can you lay down? Can you lay down? Almost. That was almost. I bet you can What's that? What kind of trick is that? Are you about to boot scoot? Hey, lay down? Okay, all right. I don't know. You're being super awkward, so I'm just going to... I feel like you're trying. You just don't know that command. Okay, can you shake? Paw? No, that's the opposite. Can you shake? Paw? No. Okay. Oh, sorry. I moved too fast there. Slow down, Rocky. Slow down. Hi. You are adorable. I'm going to guess... I can't see your little teeth. Let me see if I can see your teeth. I'm going to see if I can guess how old he is. Oh, it's pretty shiny teeth. I bet you're about 2 years old. This is the perfect size dog. Sometimes with smaller dogs, I'm a little scared I might sit on them on the couch. But like this dog right here is like that perfect small dog, medium size. Hi. Just waiting for someone at the door. Your little flopped over ears are adorable. Because he's not a giant German Shepherd or Husky or a dog like that, there's a lot less fear of anything happening. But the nervous activity would be alarming if it was a really big dog. And so, I just want to see if I can get him to a comfortable place. Good. That's a good dog. Yeah. Okay. All right. We can work with this guy for sure. Let's see if he can sit again. Can you sit? Can you sit? That's good, huh? Oh, this guy is precious. He is workable for sure. I think we need to get your story. What is his story?
Well, he's very young. He's only about a year old. He just came in.
Microchip?
No microchip.
Oh, sorry, buddy.
No collar. This is his 4th day.
Hi. Okay. Are we best buddies now? I'm here for this. Here. Go get it. Oh my goodness, adorable. Come here. You want a self-scoop? Okay. That's awesome. That usually takes about an hour. That was like 10 minutes. Oh, this makes me so happy. Sometimes things are just meant to be, you know? I mean, look at this guy. He is such a love bug. Look at him. Oh my god. Oh. Okay. All right. Now he is ready for his story.
Well, unfortunately, this story time isn't so happy.
Oh.
Apparently, a person moved out of their house and just left this is word for word what's in the notes, left the poor dog behind.
Oh.
Somebody apparently found him in the backyard.
Oh.
But the family or the owner or whoever was long gone, had just moved without him and left him in the backyard.
I'm sorry, buddy. That's why he's just waiting, looking for his family to come back. And any other details? Do you know anything else?
They might know what his name is.
Text it to me because I want to see. I want to give him some positive affirmations, and then I want to tell him his name.
So this looks like it's a guess. It
Okay.
says maybe.
Okay.
This.
Well, we'll try it and see if he knows.
I'm assuming
Maybe the neighbor
it
thought
might
that
be
was the name.
neighbor. Yeah, because I'm assuming the finder might have been the neighbor.
Oh, yeah.
And that's how they knew that they moved out, and just kind of vaguely maybe were like, oh, I think their name is this.
I try to empathize, but anger definitely sets in when I hear of situations like this, because if it comes to a situation where it's so bad that you can't have the dog anymore, I don't fault you for that. But if you don't help that dog and give them every chance and ability, bring them to the shelter, like the fact you'd leave your dog there and just hope they make it is wild to me. And it just tells me you just didn't care in the first place, or you're just completely irresponsible. I have no room in my heart for you in that situation, especially with a guy like this. Look at this little guy. Hey, I am sorry that you had to go through this, and I want you to know you're a good boy. Yeah, you're a good boy. You're a good boy. You're a good boy. Who's a good boy? Are you a good boy? Yeah, you're a good boy. You don't have to look away. It's you. I'm talking to you, buddy. You know how to sit. You're brave. You know how to fend for yourself when you had no options left. You survived. And you can rest now. You can relax now, because let me tell you, none of this is your fault. You didn't do anything to deserve this. You didn't do anything wrong, and you're loved. We love you. We got you now. We will hold you in our arms until we find you that forever family that will not leave you behind, no matter what. You're a good boy. Oh, did you text me that?
Mm-hmm. Yes, I did.
Let's see his name. Oh, I could have guessed that. That was so easy. All right, let me see if he knows his name. Jax. You're a good boy, Jax. You're a good boy. Oh, Jax, it's okay, buddy. You're safe now. You're safe, Bubba. Jax, you're safe. Yeah. He looks like it, Jax. Hi. His little one eye spot is adorable. Jax, you're a good boy. We're going to get you adopted, buddy. Good boy, Jax. Even just a moment of peace and calmness, you know, with the Rottweiler getting his moment of peace and calmness, can go so far as to just relax these pups, because it's going to continue to be stressful for him. He's in a shelter. Like, a shelter is not an ideal place for a dog. But the fact that he's going to get just this time with me and with us to just let his nerves calm, it helps so much. Good boy, Jax. He's a good boy. Jax is a good boy. Yeah, he's the best boy. Oh my goodness. Okay, what, so how many days has he been here now?
This is about would say now, actually, it's his 4th.
Okay, 4th day here. So we've got one more. So he's available tomorrow for adoption officially.
Yes.
So by the time you see this video, it takes me a day or two to get this out to you guys. He's available for adoption. Come adopt him.
He's also already sterilized.
Yes, so he's ready. He's ready to go. He's perfect, you know? I'm just saying, you couldn't get a more perfect dog than this guy right here. And he's ready and he's available.
Okay, but I have good news. Jax has been adopted. Okay, but the story of how this worked is really neat because Jax is not, he's still coming out of his shell. There are some dogs that as soon as they get out of the shelter, they are like wagging their tails and they are as happy as clams. And other dogs, as one might rightfully guess after going through that, they just take time to warm up. And I think most of us would. But here's how Jax actually got adopted. Chloe was walking through the shelter with her daughter, Coco. Now this just wasn't any walk. It was a very important walk because this was going to be Coco's first dog. And so Chloe knew that bond needed to be really important. And Jax, if anyone who gets close to Jax immediately shy and kind of backs away. Sometimes this is the Chihuahua thing. This is just Jax, his personality from what I've learned. But when Coco came up to the kennel, Chloe came up first, he backed away a little bit. Coco came up and he came up to the front of the kennel from what Chloe tells us, which is just fantastic. And now that he's at home, he gets along with Coco like that. I mean, they are two peas in a pod. And for him to get along with kids like that, that's really fantastic. And he's warming up to other family members, but there's that bond with Coco and Jax, which is just so amazing. And here's the best thing about it. It's a large family. There are 4 other children and he just loves all of these kids. Let me read what they said. So Chloe said that he loves playing tug of war with Coco and fetch, and he's loved by the entire family, and his days of shelter life are definitely over for good. Chloe, thank you for giving Coco and your kids the opportunity to connect with dogs and rescue dogs at that, teaching them right from a young age. It just makes me so happy that there are people in this world like all of you.
I read this article that they did a study on pet ownership and dementia, and dogs can actually reduce dementia by 40%, which is wild. Yeah, 2 thoughts on that. Like, one, I see a puppy like this that still has so much to give, so much love to give, and they do so much for us. They really are just like, they're better than a multivitamin, eating healthy, anything out there, dogs are better than. Okay, that's good. Let's try a treat. The other thing that really struck me about this study is they said that cats have no effect. I'm not hating on cats. I want a cat really bad. My current dog won't allow me to have that. Okay, let's try a treat and see. Oh, that's good. That's good. Okay, all right. Okay, good. That's good. I'm going to sit now. I'm going to throw another treat. I'm going to do a sit. I'm trying to just do a little distraction on that initial sit. No concerns safety-wise with this one. I try to sit when I do a treat just for a little bit of distraction, just to help her, So we don't have a kennel card on her, and she just came in, I'm guessing, and from what I've heard. And if I can catch a dog in this state right when they come into the shelter, it can be so helpful because they don't know what's going on. She's very young. She's just a baby, and she's been put in this small kennel, and she has no idea why. And so if I can get her into a place of comfort and show her love, it can really increase the chances of her getting adopted, and quickly. Now, we don't know her story, and I don't want to assume that she was abandoned or abused or lost. It could be that, maybe lost, but it could be that her family is looking for her right now, and they'll be here in moments. They'll sweep her up. And I don't know if that's going to be the situation here. I think she is willing to take a treat out of my hand. Let's see. That's funny. She won't just take it. She's just kind of licking it. That's definitely a puppy move where she wants to take it, but she doesn't have the courage yet to take it. The confidence maybe is probably the better word. Taking a peek at her, she looks fairly healthy. Like, she doesn't look underweight. Her paws, I can't see the underside. Oh, sorry. She caught me looking at her. I can't see the underside of her paws, but like her nails don't look bad. This is a perfect opportunity for a Pac-Man because I'd like her to experience that comfort on the blanket. So what I'm going to do is, if you've watched my videos before, you know my Pac-Man method. And basically, I just line a trail of treats so that she goes for them. Oh, good. We're already getting momentum there. And she just plays Pac-Man. And I try to make sure there are no scary ghosts in her way. And just let her chomp the treats. A little bit more, a little bit more. You can do it. You can do it. There you go. Just a good little way to create some momentum. Get her taste buds and her nose working. Get her brain out of that fear state. And forward movement is forward momentum for a dog in this sort of environment. And if we can just get her on this comfy blanket, it'll go a long way. There we go. There we go. That's good. Yes. Yes, that's good. Yes. We did it. And then we're going to give her a big reward here. Good dog. Yeah, her nails look about normal. They don't look unkept. Hi. Does that feel good? Hi. Making little bits of eye contact just to kind of test her, and she's okay with that. So that's good. She's a little dirty. I don't think it's like excessive, and she didn't smell. So that could mean she, it's been rough. It could also mean just family hadn't gotten around to a bath for a little bit, which is dirtier than I would like to have her. But even if she, got out of the backyard and she was running around for a day with the weather right now, the way it is around here, that could be why she feels so dirty. Hi, look at who I Pac-Maned onto the blanket here. The nice, cozy blanket. Oh, she didn't eat that big old treat stick back there. She's more comfortable taking treats from me, which I don't mind at all. What is her story?
It's pretty vague, unfortunately. Tried digging in the best that I could.
She just came in?
She did. She just came in yesterday, actually.
Okay, yeah, all right.
They just need to reprint her kennel card, I believe.
How old is she?
She's only about 7 months, actually.
Yeah,
she's less than a year old.
Yeah, I would have guessed between like 6 and 8 months. I mean, she's a little puppy. Isn't it interesting? You just tell at her confidence levels that she's a puppy.
Just is like everything's new.
Yeah.
Is the way she acts.
She's okay with me touching her paws. I'm doing the treat paw trick, where I just give her a treat and kind of run my hand on her paw, and she's okay with that. She's not pulling her paw away. Okay, what else?
She was found by somebody, actually just nearby the shelter. There's these big crossroads out here.
Yeah.
She was found there.
It's surprising how many dogs are found close to the shelter, especially because there's not a big residential area right next to the shelter. And I suspect a lot of times it's because people dump their dog close to the shelter because they're like, I don't want to get caught, but I'm a good person. Which, by the way, if you're dumping your dog, I'm going to tell you, you ain't. Or at least you're making some very poor life decisions. Okay, what else?
Yeah, so she was found there by somebody, and she was just turned into night drop. So unfortunately, we just don't even have... Animal control didn't even go out. Somebody just found her. Okay, that's all we know, huh? Microchip? Yeah, no microchip, no collar. We just unfortunately don't know too much about this girl. So that includes a name. We'll need to give her one.
We'll have to give her a name. Okay, so let's try this. Let's see if we can do the scoop with her and give her some comfort, because she's obviously been running around, doesn't know what is going on, especially at this young age. A lot of times I'll ask people to share the videos to help a dog get adopted. But in this situation, I asked that you share the video, 1, to help her get adopted, but 2, to possibly help her reunite with her family. Hi. Oh, okay. Oh, we're gonna do some positive affirmations first. I think she could use them. Hi, my name is Rocky. I realize a lot of times I don't introduce myself to the dogs, which I think is just kind of rude. Hi, I'm Rocky, and I want you to know that you are a good girl. You're a good girl. Good girl. She definitely doesn't know what that means. Let's see if we can associate that very quickly with a treat, which she knows right now is affection. You're a good girl. Good girl. I put a little too much heat on that one. She couldn't. She was like, oh. I'll look away and say it. You're a good girl. You are a good dog. I am so happy that I am here with you. And I want you to know that it's going to be okay. It's not your fault. It's okay to be a little concerned and scared, but you're safe, okay? We're going to help you find your family. Or we're going to help get you a new family that will love you and cherish you and won't dump you by the shelter if that's what happened. I know there are a lot of scary noises, but you're safe in here, okay? Here, you want a treat? A treat? Good girl. Good girl. That's a good girl. Yay. That little hand clapping, it put a little too much stress on her, and to the point where she dropped the treat out of her mouth. Look. Okay, we won't do the hand clapping. I was just trying to up the excitement for you. Okay. You're okay. She definitely needs the scoop because she just needs that assurance that it's going to be okay. And we're going to do the intense head rub here. I like to do that, get the blood flowing. Yeah, good girl. Good girl. I mean, it is Valentine's Day right around the corner, but we do have a dog named Valentina already. So.
Well, it does have something to do with the Valentine's Day theme.
Okay.
Freya.
Freya. I like Freya. You like Freya? Freya, you're a good girl. Freya. Why does that have to do with Valentine's Day?
Freya is the goddess of love and beauty.
Dear goddess of love and beauty, Freya, you are going to be okay. All right? I'm going to scoop you in my lap. I'm going to let you know that you're loved. And we're going to help you find your family or help you find a home. You want a good dog? You can come to this shelter and get this dog that is but 6 months old. No, 7 months, we think. 7 to 8 months old. Come here. Okay. Okay, it's okay. There we go. There we go. Yeah. Give you a little cranium rub there. Hi. All right. Good girl. She's just shaking. Okay, it's okay. Freya, will you be my Valentine? Huh? Will you be my Valentine? I love you. Yeah. The good thing is you're safe now, okay? And hopefully, by Valentine's Day, you'll have a new family. Yeah. You're a good girl. You're a good girl. Yeah. I wish when the dogs came in, you could do like an orientation, but instead of the orientation being like camp where it's like, okay, here are the rules. Above all else, we're going to have fun. You're safe. If you need any help, here's the counselor you'll talk to. If you miss mom and dad, you can call them. Instead of that orientation, it's like sitting with dogs and a volunteer or someone gets a moment to come sit with the dog and just give them love and comfort and treats and reassure them that it's going to be okay, that we're going to find their family or we're going to help them find a home. Just spend time with them. Just give them that moment of love and reassurance. And I do, by the way, I do believe that world exists. That hopefully when you watch these videos and you see what we're doing, that you go do this as well. That you go sign up to volunteer, that you sign up to be a foster. Because you can do what I'm doing. And it has a massive impact. And I know it's a little harder sometimes because you may not have the audience to get a dog adopted, but I've seen miraculous things happen, turnarounds happen with people just going and doing whatever it takes to go help the rescuer shelter. So if you're seeing this and you're going, man, I want to do this with my life, you don't have to quit everything. You don't have to quit your job and move or say, okay, this is the answer and throw everything out. You can just volunteer one day a week to get started. One afternoon. And I will tell you that no matter how many dogs I get to sit with and help, every time I learn something from them or I gain a piece of something from them. And there are the hard ones that, that we lose, that come in that are too far gone. But dogs like this, Freya, who we're going to help and help her find a home, makes it all worth it. She's been here for a day, so by the time we release this video, it'll still be a day or two until she's available for adoption. Unless they're able to identify the owner, which should have a microchip, so it's unlikely, then the owner could release her. I mean, if her family comes to get her, we will notify everybody. I will say that, like, after the first 24 hours, statistically, the chances of the family coming to get her drop drastically. I mean, think about it. If you lost your dog, you know, you would call everyone, run to the shelter immediately. Like, if I was working, I'd be like, I'm leaving. I gotta go get my dog. And yes, maybe the family's on vacation or something along those lines. That happens sometimes, but it's rare. Her shaking has completely stopped. It's only been like 10 minutes of her sitting in my lap, and her heart rate is slowed down. If you notice, a lot of times when I do the scoop, I put my hand on their heart. It helps me kind of get a temperature check of, well, a heartbeat of where they're at. You know, sometimes something like this could stress a dog out more than help them. And so if that's the case, then we don't want to do this. But in her situation, you could feel her heart rate stopping. And then I forgot about it for a minute, and I just went back to mentally check in, and I was like, oh yeah, I have a normal heartbeat. She's not shaking. I think this is the orientation where now she knows it's going to be okay.
My sweet little Freya, she didn't get all of the attention that I was hoping for, and the fact that we found a sibling of hers in the shelter, and now there were two of them and she was going to be split from her sibling, I just was beside myself on what to do. In fact, I was going to head back to the shelter and make another video for her to just try to tell her story and be her voice. But behind the scenes, the amazing shelter team at Animal Friends of the Valleys was doing their best. When Freya's sibling came in, they reunited them and put them in the same kennel, and that really helped Freya open up and be more friendly and not as scared. Thankfully, Jennifer and Lenny happened to be walking through the shelter at the same time, and they saw these two cute little puppies playing. Now, there's a lot stacked against them, right? They're puppies, and puppies are a lot of work. They're pit bulls, and Freya can get scared and go back to the back of the kennel, but they really fell in love with him, and they wanted to adopt them. The only thing holding them back was, were they going to be good with kids? And so they did something actually that I think is brilliant.
And so we brought our nieces, and they right away showed us that they were kid friendly. They're adult friendly, kid friendly, and very good with other dogs. So
they brought their nieces in. What a perfect test. And I'm sure their nieces were happy to go to the shelter to see some adorable, cute puppies. Now, the other puppy's name was Elle. So you had Freya and Elle, and they wanted to give them some new fresh names, which I think are perfect.
We adopted Livy, who was Freya, and Luna, who used to be called Elle.
Luna and Livy are awesome. They seem like they get along really well with everybody. So that was huge. And they're beautiful. Everywhere we go, they're Brendel coat. Everyone's like, oh my gosh, they're so beautiful.
Jennifer and Lenny let us know that not only have these two siblings grown incredibly close to each other, but the bond with both of them has grown really closely as well. In fact, so much to the point where they were able to take a really long road trip.
They sleep curled up on each other, and they put their heads on each other. And anytime there's a child at our house, like our nieces and our friends, and they fall asleep on the couch, Livy goes up and lays right by their side and puts their head on them to keep them safe, like protects them. We just went on a 20-hour car ride to Texas with two puppies in the back, and they were amazing. We stayed in hotels and dog-friendly hotels, and they were absolutely amazing.
I love the cuddling. We had dogs, and then they passed away, so there's been a gap. And so coming home and having someone to like greet you and then just have downtime and cuddle with is like amazing.
Livy won't go anywhere, and when you come home, she brings you her toy.
Oh, yeah.
And then when you go to bed, you'll be like walking, and then halfway there, she'll be like, oh my gosh, I forgot my toy. And then she runs downstairs, grabs her toy, and comes back up to lay with it. And then with Luna, I love the fact she's very sneaky. So she waits until everyone closes their eyes, and then she sneaks and dives into the bed under the covers before you can catch her.
They're puppies, so it's been very busy, but it's been fun. You know, it's something new every day, and seeing their personalities and seeing them grow, especially Livy has grown so much, and it's a fun journey.
For two new puppies out of the shelter to be able to go on a long road trip is really a dream come true, and a testament for Jennifer and Lenny being so amazing and loving and kind and opening their homes and their hearts to taking these two amazing pups on a journey. I'm telling you guys, not everyone can adopt pit bulls, two big dogs at the same time, two puppies. So This to me is just above and beyond, and I can't thank you guys enough. I want to read exactly what they said. They said, Livy has definitely come a long way since her sitting with dogs with Rocky and is able to show her boundless energy for life and love. And now with plenty of playmates and a loving home, she alongside her sister will continue to thrive for years to come.
There's a dog that staff told me about that is at risk. See, this dog was put on the dog walking program because they were making good progress. When the dog walker came in to try to leash this dog up, they were not willing to let them get close. It's a tough balance in a shelter environment. You want to give them as much time as they need to move forward on their own, but they don't have all the time in the world, so you have to sometimes help them through some pretty uncomfortable steps forward.
Shaking? Okay. All right, we'll have to do that. We'll have to. It's okay. No, you're not ready for that. It's okay. You're not ready. That's okay.
As you saw with me when I tried to do a leash, just immediate shaking. I think in this situation, we need to do something a little different, and that's take a step back. There's some curiosity here, and this could really work to our advantage. Huskies are one of the most common breeds in the shelter right now. This dog is still really nervous. Boy or girl, I can't tell. Boy, I don't know, I can't tell. Huskies are one of the breeds that just don't do well in a shelter. I mean, no dog should have to be in a shelter, but some just don't fare well at all. Oh, man. Won't take the treat, so that's going to make things a lot harder. It's tough in situations like this because I start to wonder, like, can I help? Especially on a day like today, it is pouring down rain in Southern California. And that heightens the stress level for these dogs because no walks, can't spend time in the yard. They don't understand the sound of the rain on the shelter roof. Now there's an orange collar. I think there's a story here for sure that I want to find out. Alexis, are you out there?
Yeah, I'm here.
I guess I don't know what the orange collar means because typically they'll do blue for boy, pink for girl, but they might run out. Is the orange, they've run out of collars?
No, that's not what that is.
What's it mean? I guess I don't actually know.
It means that she's an owner known.
Okay. Oh, so and we know she.
Yes.
All right. I'll let you keep working on the story. I'll see if I can make some progress here. I'm going to try something. I'm just going off a hunch here. But, she won't take the treats that I'm tossing to her. And so I'm going to try to hand her a treat. Oddly enough, sometimes that makes a small difference. Now. Yes. It worked. It worked. Sometimes I don't know what it is. Sometimes it's the gesture, I think. Her little ears perked up for that treat. That's a good thing. Okay, I think we're going to try an open hand. And then, Alexis, are you ready with the story?
I am, but I'm also not.
Oh, okay. I'll let you keep digging, and then I'll just have you start here in a minute. But I'm going to try an open hand treat first. So I'm going to go with a bigger treat that I'm going to put in my hand because I'm giving a bigger ask. These are my treats. I make them. I slow bake them, air dry them. We get little tongue licks. I'm going to try it again. The paw is making her nervous because I'm putting my hand on her paw intentionally. So I'm going to try not doing that. Isn't that wild? Like that little bit of space right there where I didn't put the pressure on her paw, the touch enabled her to take the treat, feel comfortable enough. I love dogs so much. Okay, what do we know?
Well, we do know she is about 2.5 years old.
I could see it. I would have guessed older because she's not in the best groomed condition. Like I don't know if that means she's neglected, not necessarily, but like she needs to be brushed and groomed for sure.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, they have her listed, with the dirty coat, long nails, and she's also currently being treated for skin issues.
I could see it. I mean, I can't see it. I'm sure in health check they were able to get under there a little bit more, but yeah, she's got like, different tones where there shouldn't be different tones. And I bet if you ran a brush down her right now, like you wouldn't even get a few inches without having to remove your brush, take all the hair out, do it again. By the way, I don't know. That's just for huskies at any given time, but especially her. You can see it. See how the different tones are showing up where they shouldn't. It's not like the difference of her white fur versus her brown fur versus her black fur. It's just in areas where it shouldn't look like that. But okay, the good thing is she's still fairly young.
Okay, so the reason why I was saying I was ready, but I was not.
Yeah.
Was because this story on her is a roller coaster.
Oh, you can see it in her eyes, and she's probably on a roller coaster. It's probably where like she was okay, and they put her on the dog walking program, and then maybe shut down the next minute.
Yeah.
Okay, hit me with it.
So this is about her, I think, 3rd or 4th day now.
Okay.
Here.
Okay.
Well, she actually came in technically over the weekend.
Okay.
So apparently a man came in Saturday after 4 p.m., which
Okay.
is close to their closing time.
Right.
To bring her in. He didn't have his ID on him, so they could actually process and do everything correctly.
Okay.
So they advised him, could you please, maybe just hold on to her until Monday, like when we're back open.
Right.
To bring your ID, we need to make sure we're logging this properly.
Yeah, makes sense.
Well, the man walked out with her
Okay.
and then just tied her up in front of the shelter.
Come on.
So the ACO saw her tied up when they were returning to the shelter. I think probably the next day, I'm assuming, when they still come in to take care of the animals, and carried her into the shelter.
Okay.
Well, they did scan her for the microchip, found it, and so they got the contact info off of there. But
what?
it went to a female.
Oh, okay.
So they were
Yeah,
like,
what's...
we need to investigate, right?
Yeah.
Because it was a male who had
Who-
tied her up.
To be very clear, abandoned her.
Yes. They were able to get the name of another male in the household.
Okay.
Sharing, same last name.
Yeah.
So that they could try and contact that person specifically to find out who actually did the drop off.
Did the abandonment. Yes. Okay, I'm all about empathy and trying to understand all sides, and I get right now, times are tough. People are losing their homes, inflation. Like, it's really challenging out there. You come in and you do things the proper way, and I know it's hard, but your dog that has given you nothing but love and loyalty and affection does not deserve, under any circumstances, to be tied to any bench in any area ever at all. And that is abandonment. Cited, arrested, whatever. I don't care. Like, you don't do that. Sorry. Carry on. Oh, hold on. Okay. I was getting a little too upset. I don't want that. I don't want her to feel that. Okay.
So, of course, they try to reach out. They reached out to the male that's listed, with the same, sharing information, seeing who it was who dropped her off.
Okay.
When they reached him, he stated that the owner on file for this girl is his daughter.
Okay.
And he said that they just can't afford to care for her, don't have the time that the dog needs, but they have 2 other dogs at home to care for.
Okay.
Currently, so make of that what you will. So he reached out to his daughter because they're thinking it was probably his son-in-law, so his daughter's
Oh, okay. Yep.
husband, who probably came and
Okay. I thought it was the dad that did that, but no, that was okay. They just talked to dad, and now maybe it was his son-in-law.
yes,
Okay.
exactly.
All right.
Then they reached out to the daughter.
Okay.
At first, it was just she doesn't want any problems, just wants to turn this girl in. But then a few minutes later stated that she never adopted this girl,
Okay.
that her ex did. I guess they are getting a divorce. And she said she doesn't know anything about the dog and that the dog did not live with her. She said she doesn't even live with her dad either. So they're just giving mixed information. The shelter's also very suspicious about this already. She said that her ex thought she needed a dog and got the dog for her. Which, if you heard me correctly, she said at first didn't know anything about the dog,
Right.
and now is saying that the ex bought the dog for her, but the dog didn't live with her.
Probably paid a lot of money for this beautiful husky.
It's really hard.
Yeah.
It's so hard.
Well, a lot of times when the stories don't line up, it's just because people are lying. I mean, I'm not sure why. But I'm smiling through this whole thing. It's kind of funny, but it is working because I'm like trying to be happy and not let it get to me. And look how she's relaxed. She's relaxed. Okay. Keep telling me this story time.
So she gave the number for her ex.
Okay, yeah.
Soon to be ex.
Okay.
And said, but he's not answering me, so if you get a hold of him, good.
Tell him I said hi. Gosh.
The shelter tried calling that number. Subscriber is not in service.
Okay.
Then they looked up the address that she provided.
Okay.
And it leads to a middle of a street, so there's no such address.
Okay.
So just fake address.
I don't know. Then when they followed up again, basically just refuted that. Said, that's my address, and yeah, that's the only number I know. And just basically gave a just dead end for this girl. And unfortunately with that, they have to technically keep her on an owner known.
Oh, come on. Yeah, you're right. Because now, so if it's owner unknown, it's 5 days. Someone has 5 days to come claim their dog because they've got to get dogs adopted that people just don't want or abandoned or lost. Or if the owner's known, they want to give more time. So if there's a microchip or because we know there's an owner out there that, in theory would care. What stinks about these sort of situations is, the shelter in the city, they have procedures and policies. And so if someone won't now answer or respond or have the shelter doesn't have the correct information and know who the owner is, like they know there's an owner, but no one can give legal release of this dog. And so then guess who suffers?
But what's strange to me is that the microchip just has all of her information on it. And there was just claimed that there was no knowledge or anything of the dog either. So it's very, like I told you at the beginning, it's a roller coaster.
Yeah.
So at this point, they need some answers for these questions. So they have her on the whole owner known.
Yeah.
They did give a little info about, apparently Koa's not aggressive, has never gotten, out of the fenced yard.
Okay, that's the name?
Yeah.
That's cute.
You were going to save that for me, weren't you?
Yeah, I was, I'm sorry.
No, I think it's adorable. It's fitting. And you know what? Like as I'm petting her, she's got stuff on her head. I don't know if that's the skin. Most likely that's the skin issues. It almost feels like scabbing. So you won't give the truth. You haven't cared for your dog. Pih.
Anyways,
And we still haven't even, it looks like we didn't even get confirmation if that was in fact the ex or not.
Right, we don't know.
Who tied her up outside. So yeah, that's the best way I could summarize what's going on with this girl right now. It's very confusing, and I'm sure for Koa it is just even doubly more scary and confusing being here.
So someone goes out, buys a dog for their boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, whatever it is. Oh no, divorce they said they're getting.
Yeah, so I guess for a wife.
So divorce happens and no one cares enough to care for the dog, which is wild to me. And the dog suffers. And then you just can't be honest and transparent so that then the dog has the best opportunity at succeeding now in whatever the next stage of their life is going to be. And she deserves more than that. She's beautiful. She's sweet. She's scared. She's lost. I'm going to do some positive affirmations because I think she could use that for sure. And I'm going to try and pet her You know, be careful because she's got some skin issues, so I don't want her to get hurt. And I just want to show you her eyes really quickly. You probably can see them, but I just want to show you just really up close. Look at this dog. I mean, she is beautiful. And with proper grooming and nutrition. Oh, do you think Mel, God bless Mel, the shelter groomer, she's amazing. If you've ever seen any of my videos or Mel, I just love her so much. And I think if Mel could see her, wouldn't that be something, just to see her and her glory having all that hair taken out?
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Okay, stick around to the end of the video. We'll see if we can get her groomed by Mel or whomever is available. Then we'll move into positive affirmations because she deserves that. Koa. One little radar ear. Koa, you're a good girl. You're a good girl. Yeah, Koa, you're a good girl. You're a good girl. You want a treat? There you go. Here. You want a treat here? Yeah, what? Huh? Koa, you're a good girl. Here, there you go. Good girl. Good girl, Koa. Yeah. You are a good girl. I'm sorry that you are kind of the result of a divorce. That relationship didn't work out, and both of them, should have done better to make sure that you're okay. And I'm sorry that their divorce has caused you so much pain, that you're the one suffering through this because you don't deserve that. I can see it. You're a good dog. You're loving and you're kind, and we're going to get you on the dog walking program, okay? Yeah. You want to come up here? You want to come in, Scoop? You want to come in, Scoop? Come on. Come on. You can come up here. Come on. You want to come up here? Yeah. Come on. This sniffing is fantastic. Hi. Come on. Come on. Yeah, there you go. There you go. There you go. Come here. Come here. Come on. Come up. Okay, there we go. Awkward Scoop. I think she's got a little sensitivity back here, so I'm going to be really careful. I did not think we would get to this, and it just makes me so happy. I can feel her pain of being unwanted, that no family member wanted her, you know, that she was bought for someone that may or may not have wanted her by someone that was willing to just tie her to a bench and abandon her. And that sits deep. Moments like these just help get rid of that loneliness. She give me little licks. You give me little kisses? Are you kissing? You give kisses? Oh my goodness. I love her. Like, it just makes me so sad that she's had to go through this, that no one would just step up to the plate and go, she's mine, I've got her, she's protected, I will always be there. But I tell you what, we're going to find that person, okay? I promise you, there's someone out there watching in this army of dog lovers that is going to share this or see this and know that you are the one. Or you going to sleep? You can rest your head on me as long as you need, darling. You're a good girl. If you can open your heart and your home and make a promise to her that she will never leave your side, no matter your relationship, your living situation, you will get a loyal companion that will give you so much more. There's something about shelter dogs that is hard to explain unless you've experienced. It's like people, like when you've seen the bottom, when you've seen it as the worst that it can get, and then you have something good in your life, you can just appreciate that so much more. Koa will just be able to appreciate your love so much more, and she will never leave your side.
We have footage of her getting tied up.
Oh no. Do you have it here for me to watch, or you just have it that we can play for everyone?
We'll have it later.
I think that's better. Sometimes we play it right here in the kennel, and I just don't think my heart can handle that right now. So let's play it right now, and I'll give commentary as we're watching it.
Okay, they're walking out. Look at that. You can tell she has her tail up and wagging. She has no idea what's about to hit her. She's happy, which is a good thing. We know she can walk on a leash and she's happy. And there he is. He's stopping. Come on, don't do it, man. No. Like, why? I get it. Things happen. You can't have a dog all the time. But, like, why not do it the responsible way? Come back with your ID. Give this dog every shot and every chance. And look, she doesn't know what's going on. She's trying to jerk off the leash. Okay, now, so you'll notice animal control's coming out because you now have an abandoned dog. And so animal control is going to come out and they're going to help with the processing. But look at Koa, look, tail wagging with animal control. So, you know, here you have a really happy dog. This is really helpful. This is actually really interesting because happy dog, very friendly. That's going to be good to know for the potential adopter. And she's likely just regressed because of her environment. It's the environment that'll do this. It's not who she is. Okay, so animal control's taking her in. Look, tail still up, still very trusting, on a leash. This is good info to have. I wish I could tell previous Rocky about this as he's in the kennel. All right, we grabbed Cheryl because she's the one who actually pointed Koa out to me and said, hey, would you be able to spend a little time with this girl? She's been regressing and we're not sure if she's going to be ready for the dog walking program. And when Cheryl came in and said, yeah, let's see if we can get her into grooming, she wasn't moving.
See all the licking of the lips that she keeps doing? This, yeah, I was very scared. So there's no way I could get this dog in the bathtub.
But Cheryl was determined to not leave Koa in disarray, and so she wanted to at least get a brush.
Would it be all right if I brushed you? Would it be okay if I brushed you? Okay, I'm gonna leave her in there. I'm gonna go grab a brush. What?
I pick her up. Do you want me to pick her up?
Oh, that's really good. You can tell Koa is comfortable with Leo, and once he came over, she opened up a little bit. She even started walking with Cheryl. You know, this is why Cheryl is so amazing, because her and Leo wanted to start introducing Koa to the environment in the room, and it was some gentle brushing that definitely feels good. They were able to help her get comfortable. A bath is too much today for her. She is not ready for that. But thanks to the combined effort of Cheryl and Leo, they were able to brush out a lot of that undercoat, and that's going to leave Koa feeling a lot better. This is going in the right direction, but more than anything, she's going to need one of you to adopt her or to share this so that she can find her adopter.
So we got most of the undercoat so she doesn't look so patchy back here. And maybe when it's not so rainy and cold out next week, we can get to her, you know, a bath. But she does definitely have some yeasty like scars up in here. So a bath will be really good. But I just don't want to push her yet with getting her wet and then trying the scary blow dryer. Huh. Here's a good girl. Here's a very good girl.
You know, Huskies are one of the most common breeds in shelters right now, and I attribute it to a couple different things. One, they're so intelligent that it creates a lot of problems. They are escape artists. They demand your attention. They talk a lot to you about it. And sometimes they're not the most cuddly dogs. And so all of that can attribute to people going, hey, this isn't what I was looking for. This isn't what I wanted. They didn't do the research beforehand, and then they end up just dumping their dog at the shelter. Now, that's not always the case, and I have empathy for certain situations, but I see it a lot. And so with Koa, I was worried because almost everyone that has a husky already has a husky and doesn't need another husky. So for Koa, not only was I gonna need someone to actually adopt Koa, but someone that could give him the time and would have the tenacity to stick through it no matter what Koa was working through. Now I was worried though. I actually went back to the shelter, and it turns out when I was there, somebody was there interested in Koa and wanted to do a meet and greet with another dog. Perfect. I can help. I got to meet Dan. He's awesome and amazing. Immediately you can tell he is a rescue dog lover and an advocate for helping these animals. But the true test is still to come. How is Koa going to do with Dan's dog? We start the meet and greet off. Both dogs are on a lead. I want to make sure it's going smoothly first and there's not too much tension so that I can pull Koa back if needed. And if all is going well, I'll drop the leash. I think it's okay. So I drop the leash, Dan drops his leash, and now the true test begins. To my delight, it's working. is going really smoothly. Now, both dogs are still nervous, and there's a lot to be worked out, of course, but this is something that can be worked through for a true dog lover and someone that is committed. Dan takes Koa home, and everything's great out of the gate. Now, when we followed up with him most recently, here's what he had to say.
So I adopted Koa, the Siberian Husky, one of the most loving dogs I've ever encountered. She's a little bit of a mischief maker, but that's okay. I like dogs with lots of personality. Koa is just a little bundle of love. She just loves me a lot.
Koa is still a bit of a handful. She actually comes to his bed sometimes 2-3 times a night to just check on him, make sure everything's okay. I think she's also needing the reassurance that, hey, you're not going to turn me in, right? We're not in this scary place at the shelter. I've seen dogs have these night terrors or these nightmares before, but Dan said he just pets her on the head, he reassures her everything's okay, and she goes back to bed. And get this, Dan said she fits right in with his current pack, with Dalton and his Australian cattle dog, Sabre.
And I have 3 dogs with very different, very active personalities. She and Dalton just bonded. I often see them lying with their heads on each other, and it's just great because I know it's really good for Dalton. I've got 3 cuddly dogs, and I couldn't be happy.
I'm going to read you what Dan had to say. He said he was excited to carry on the mission to help dogs in need like Koa. He tragically lost one of his sons 16 years ago, who was the ultimate dog lover. And ever since his passing, Dan said that he's honored his son and enjoyed the spirit of helping him care for multiple dogs. Oh, Dan, having a son and loving dogs so much, that hits home, and I can't thank you enough. You're the true hero in this story. And I'm so happy that you are willing to open your home for however long it takes to show Koa love. So thank you. I'm tearing up. I don't have the words. Thank you so much. Koa, I love you, and congrats on your new loving family.
I don't know if we can help, but I know we have to try.
If you see a dog like this and you go, why am I attracted to the broken ones, to the scared ones, the shut down ones, the angry ones, the anxious ones? It's because you have probably experienced this pain. And you can see it, you can identify it because you've been through it. Just know that you're not the problem. The world is harder than it ever used to be. And what we need more than anything is for someone to believe in us, to see past our fear and know that the only thing that we are is lost. Now, I am no psychologist or psychiatrist or doctor or expert, but I have found that the thing that heals me most is helping others, and if you can help them in their lowest moment, maybe, just maybe, you can heal a little bit of yourself. What happened to Miss Tough Pants? Huh? Okay, there we go. There's nothing more rewarding than the self-scoop. What's her story?
Well, this is her 5th day here. She's thought to be a Chihuahua Terrier mix of some kind.
Well, I would I would agree with that. Chihuahuas and Terriers are both like, they have their people. So she's been like this aggressive for 5 days. The thing about her, like if you see her tail, I'll try to get a closer picture of it. Oh, she's so skinny. Oh, there's more to the story here, huh?
She was left in night drop. Somebody apparently found her at a Circle K and brought her in.
Close, the one close.
Close to here, yes.
Night drop is an area where it's meant just for that. It seems really cold, but it's actually good because if you find a dog, let's say in the middle of the night, the shelter's closed and you can't have dogs in your apartment, or you've got dogs, you can't bring one home, you can bring the dog here. What else do we know?
When Health Check originally tried to examine her, they actually couldn't. They failed, and that was because of her
understandably
behavior.
Yeah, we saw it firsthand, right? So dogs go through Health Check, but if none of the Health Check team can get close to the dog, how do they help? Microchip?
No microchip.
So no, we don't know a name?
We don't know a name.
She is not able to show her true self in a kennel environment. What dog is? And we are often just a reflection of our environment.
And her outside of this element, I'll bet she's an amazing dog. What you see right here, this love bug. But she needs that opportunity. She needs that person to be in her corner to see past the fluff. I'm going to tell her some positive affirmations, and I need your help with what we should name her. Any name suggestions would be fantastic. You're a good girl. Oh, you felt that one, huh? None of this is your fault. And I understand why you're acting tough, because you're brave and you're strong and you're trying to show everyone. But the good news is now you've got strength in me and us. We're here for you because you're a good dog. You don't deserve this. You're a good girl. I love you. So get your name suggestions in. If you're a true dog lover, make sure you're following. Share this. We got to spread the message. And if you want to be a bigger part of all of this, I'd love to have you become a member. It's a really neat community of members that really believe in helping these dogs that need a second chance.
Kay was found by Circle K, so everyone thought Kay would be fitting, and so did I. Kay getting adopted was going to be challenging. No one wants to adopt that barky dog that is just going after you. So I was really hoping that the story would do what it's intended to do and find the right person. And it did find its way to Karen, but she was all the way in Arizona. So they didn't know if they could just jump in their car and come, because remember, a lot of these shelters, they're local. They're not set up for national adoptions. The thing is, Karen told the shelter that when she saw Kay just sitting in my lap and the transformation, her heart just melted and she knew she wanted to help. But she needed just one thing that was really important. And that was answering the question is Kay good with other dogs? She had a senior dachshund and she had to know they were going to get along, or at least have a high level of confidence if she was going to drive all the way from Arizona. I think that's a fair request. Shelters can't always take the time to do this, but I have some really good news. The staff was more than happy to do it in this situation because they really wanted this to work for Kay. And so they found a senior dog that was confident and calm, and they tried the pairing and watch, here's how it went. Makes me a little nervous. Okay, the typical butt sniff greeting. Oh, that's good. This is good. This is good. This is kind of reaction you want. We have a little tail wagging going here. Don't seem to be bothered by each other's presence. That's great. So that's fantastic. The shelter, that's actually the first time I saw that video. They sent that to Karen and her husband, Steve, and they came out right away. They drove all the way from Arizona to Southern California for this sweet dog. Oh, and they renamed her Piper, which I think is just such a cute name for her. They scooped her up, they took her home on the long road trip, and Steve said that she actually did really good on the trip home, but he thinks she's a little nervous of men. They noticed that when they stopped at one of the rest stops on the way home, there were a family in a van with kids, and she perked up right away. And so she may have had a poor experience with men before, really enjoyed being a part of a family. Maybe there were some kids involved, and when she hears kids even next door to them, she perks up and she gets really excited. But she's coming around and Steve's giving her the time and the patience, and she's warming up quickly. He even said Piper may bark and growl, but then immediately turns around and is looking for kisses and affection. Cute. Okay, this is her in their home.
Oh, that's right. Oh, go get the ball. Daddy's gonna roll it. Okay, go get it.
Oh, she can fetch.
Go get it, baby. Oh boy, bring it back to Daddy.
Wow, look at that amazing tail wag. Oh, this makes me so happy. All right, Karen, I'm gonna read to you exactly what Karen had to say. She's slowly breaking out of the fear state, and she's continuing to heal now that she feels comfortable in this safe and steady home. And now, with her brand new tags, officially per Karen, she is officially part of their family forever. But that the journey is just beginning. Okay, the moment we've all been waiting for, Cassie. I have so much to update you on. It's still happening in real time, but I did get some text as we were going through these Pupdates, so I have the most up-to-date, real-time information. I am out of coffee. I'm not gonna play the whole thing, but I wanna play when I first met Cassie and just a couple clips, just in case you didn't see Cassie's video, or just as a refresh. and then I'm going to give you her latest pup date. All right, be right back.
Hi. Oh, hi. Oh, baby, I'm so sorry. That is so bad. It is painful to see. And I can't tell just looking at it if it is like a car accident, if it's an impact. I don't think I've ever seen something this bad. The plan is I'm going to hold my tears back and we're going to do whatever it is to be strong for you. And we're going to figure this out together because you're a good girl. Yes, you're a good girl. Oh, does that feel good? Hi. Honestly, like in this situation, we have to move quickly because whatever amount of pain meds she's on is not enough. Not that I think the shelter is doing it wrong. What I'm saying is like, I want to see her either conked out or immediately into the ER. And that's where we come in. That's where I think we can help. So I'm interested to see what hit Mel's heart to name this beautiful girl right here. What's she name her?
Cassie.
Perfect. Cassie. You look like a Cassie. And didn't Mel have a border collie? Didn't she like a border collie pro?
She did, yes.
Oh, man.
Yeah, so she definitely has a soft spot for border collies.
Did you say? I might be taking this dog home. She's a little older than Scout. I think how's her getting through her rehab?
Now, let's go find out. Let's see what the vet says. I have to get a picture of her on her good side to send to Kelly so we can get approval for the boss's approval to bring her to Flip's farm. She would need to be a Flip's farm dog because after that procedure, we'd need to bring her to the farm.
Okay. I mean, the Quonset hut is open right now.
Yeah, it's open. It's open. The question is your heart open? And I'm filming, and I'm filming right now.
Yeah.
There you go. Good girl. Hi. Hey, Rocky.
Girl.
Hey, nice to meet you. Thanks for having us.
Hi, beautiful.
This is Cassie.
Hi, mamas. So
Okay.
I have our techs.
Oh yeah, the whole team. Okay, all right.
Nadia and Edith. And
Okay.
So we're gonna start.
She likes that toy a lot. Okay, you're in good hands from here, Cassie. Okay.
And then at the end of the video, a lot of you may have seen, I came in, I was right here as this was happening in real time. That's the thing with dog rescue, right? It's day by day sometimes, moment by moment, but she actually had her eye under all of that. And I know I blurred it out because it was so bad. It was like cratered and then stuff had formed over it. I would have bet $10,000 that she had no eye. So the fact that the vet was able to remove all of that from her eye and that her eye was under there, and the only damage done was a little scarring on the inside where her eyelash had kind of folded over and was still fluttering a little bit even under all that mass. If you remember, Mel had really fallen in love with her and actually said, I want to take this dog, and we thought, like a lot of us at the shelter would say, oh my gosh, I want that dog so much. We may not actually be able to take that dog at that time. But no, Mel is very serious about this. And I don't know if she's made her decision or not, but we actually had the opportunity to go visit with Mel because we have some information for her, such as the eye. She didn't know about the eye and the cancer results, because as a refresh, wait, I don't even know if I've told you this. I've lost track, so let me just start at the beginning. Oh, hi. Hey, you want to join? Oh, this is actually perfect because I'm trying to figure out how to concisely update everyone right now on Cassie.
Okay.
And so I can update you in real time as well. Mel is genuinely considering, here, let me lower the camera, shorty. Okay, so as you know, Mel had mentioned that she would love to adopt Cassie.
Yes.
But I think she's serious about it. She still has to, even if everything goes well, she still has to make sure that Cassie would get along with her current dogs.
Do you even know how many current dogs she has?
I think 2.
Okay.
Yeah. And Ken on our team was actually able to go out and meet with her at her grooming facility at her place.
Okay.
Because she comes and she spends time with these shelter dogs as much as she can to try to help out the shelter. But then she's also got her own business.
Right.
Now, Mel is such a sweetheart, and she's just been going through so much personally right now. And she still comes to the shelter despite everything she's going through to give back to these dogs, which is
she's pretty amazing.
She's just amazing. All of your assumptions of Mel as an angel are 100% true.
Yes, agreed.
So why don't we play the some of the clips from Ken meeting with Mel? This is our first time watching them, and then I'll also update the conversations I'm having with the vet on what we're working on with Cassie, because I have additional amazing information outside of the fact that she actually has 2 eyes. And Mel doesn't even know that yet. So Ken is going to surprise her. Well, at least I don't think she does. Word gets around in this small rescue town, though. So she's got a really cute little grooming facility. Hold on, let me show you this. That's inside.
So cute.
How neat is that? And they built this together.
Oh my goodness, that is so cute.
Wagon Tail's Grooming Saloon. I think she's booked solid on business, but if you happen to live in the Temecula area, go see Mel. Okay, put this in so we can listen and react in real time with everyone. And can we just cheers these for a minute? Thank you, Natalie Bull.
I came in on the Wednesday morning, went into the health check office where I go to get my paperwork for the day, and Cassie was one of the dogs on my list, so I did my rounds, went to her room, I opened the door and saw Cassie for the first time. It was a very emotional day. Really hard to see her in that condition, but she got up, walked towards me, wagging her tail, and my heart just broke looking at her, and I just had an immediate bond feeling towards her and just wanted to help her. She was excellent. You would never know that anything was wrong with her. She didn't really show much pain at all. She was walking a little wobbly into the room, but I took it as they have her on a lot of pain meds.
And that was true. They did have her on pain meds. And it is unbelievable, though, how happy and joyful she was. That's what just always is so inspirational about dogs. Even when they're just going through such traumatic things, they're still able to be present in that moment. And then just the amount of pain they can often handle when they shouldn't have to is unbelievable.
Her eye was seriously injured. I had no idea why. My notes said don't get her head wet at all, but I bathed her whole body. She was full of stickers and undercoating, and her coat was just a mess. And when I washed her and blow dry her, and we just took a washcloth and cotton balls and cleaned her face off her nose where she had some blood and stuff, but she just did amazing. She was the sweetest thing in the world, and the longer I groomed her, the longer and more I fell in love with her, and the connection was, I feel like, immediately, which I've groomed a lot of dogs, worked at the shelter many years, and I've never had this kind of attachment happen so quickly and so easily.
Wow, I mean, I had no idea. I know Mel had said I would love to adopt her, but this is amazing. Mel sees, hundreds of dogs a month for years.
I don't know. I feel like it just happened like with Shelby that I adopted. I looked at Shelby and I knew the day I saw her that she was mine, and somebody said, "What are you going to name her?" And just Shelby came out. And I feel like I saw Cassie, and when I washed her and I looked at her, I said, "You should be a Cassie. You look like a Cassie."
This is where Ken is going to tell Mel that Cassie actually has her eye under all of that.
The mass on her mammaries are not cancerous at all.
Oh, wow, that's awesome news. Awesome. But there's a but in there, isn't there? Oh.
So the mass on her eye, we're still not sure. So we are planning on doing a CT scan.
Ken's telling everything here. I thought he was going to talk about the eye.
I know.
But this is great. These are some of the updates.
We can go for doing x-rays, but those are not as reliable as going for a CT scan. It's more expensive, but we do want to make sure that she is in the clear, or if there is anything going on, we are aware.
It's an important note because CT scans are expensive, $2,500 plus. The vet is Dr. Carol. She's trying really hard to keep costs down. But I mean, when we had Flip and we had to do a CT scan, that was $10,000. We've paid $3,000 plus this CT scan, whatever it is, and that $3,000 is just the deposit. That's not all it costs. And then we've got the vet boarding still. But so many people have been becoming members. They've been giving super thanks, getting Flip coffee, supporting our sponsors. So all of that, it just goes right back into these sort of vet costs. So thank you.
Okay, well that's good news because the last I heard, she might not be with us any longer. And when I left the other day, I was very, very sad about it all. So to hear that she's getting another second chance or third chance maybe even is just awesome news. Thanks to Rocky. They're still not going to give up on her. She is a sweet girl and I can't wait to have her here when she's all better.
I mean, it sounds like Mel's already made the decision, which is awesome. I just want to make sure that Cassie is 100% because, well, let's keep watching. I'll tell you what here in a minute.
Her eye is actually still in there.
No.
And we're trying to save it.
Really? Oh my gosh, I can't believe this. Oh gosh, imagine how painful that must be for her. I can't believe this. I just can't get over this. I just assumed the worst for her. So I'm so happy to hear this. Where is she, at the hospital?
Yes.
Or is she, yeah? Oh, she got a toy. She likes toys. She's definitely feeling okay. Oh gosh. But look, see how this dog should be like in so much pain and depressed, and look at her, like nothing's wrong. That's why I couldn't give up on her. She's got so much in her still, you know? Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. Thank you for sharing that. That makes my day.
I'm like about to tear up watching Mel.
I know, and I haven't been updating Mel because we've been sitting on the edge of our seats waiting to see if the results are terminal.
Right.
And so I didn't want to give her a lot of information because I just said, hey, we're working on it. We've got
or any false hope. Because sometimes, it's like you get one test back and it's great, and then you get the next one back and you're like, oh, blindsided by that because you got good news first. So
yeah, I really want it to work. And I'm crossing my fingers, and I believe it's meant to be. The mammary masses that came back, benign.
Which is great.
Great. Because we were worried her whole body was riddled with cancer. The stuff around her eye is, it could have been from an impact or something, or a wound or a cut, but then, it eventually turned into cancer or allowed that to just get worse. I've never seen anything like it. So I can't even imagine where it started. And some people commented and said, it's probably someone's dog and they couldn't afford the vet cost. And so and so here we are. I have empathy for those sort of situations, especially now that, we're easily 10, 20 grand into this. But her condition of how she hadn't been bathed for so long, and she had stickers in her, like the burrs, and her nails hadn't been clipped, just says neglect for, it doesn't cost anything to bathe your dog. And if someone says, well, maybe it's a senior that couldn't do all that, you have to get help. You have to get help because it's not fair to neglect your dog for that long. And as a protector of these dogs, someone let that dog down. It wasn't because, oh gosh, they just couldn't afford something, or in multiple instances they let her down. And Mel went in there and scooped her up and identified that she wanted to help her and reached out to us, and now we want to help her, and you're seeing this and now you want to help her. So she's safe now, but I don't have sympathy for whoever let her get in this position.
I haven't seen Cassie firsthand to know like how bad it is, and I think it's one thing when you see it in camera, it's another thing when you see it in person. It, because obviously there have been other dogs that I've seen in person that like
it rips your heart out.
It rips your heart out. It really does. And so
and you just go, no sympathy for the person who let you get this way. Like, stay away. I will protect you. I will take care of you. And the reason Kelly hasn't even seen Cassie is she's on lockdown at the vet. She has to be in this vet boarding. She's contagious. She is a disaster. But we have pieces of good news. Some other updates are that we were able to, Dr. Carroll was able to extract 3 teeth that were really bad. One tooth was so bad it was loose, she just popped it out.
Jeez.
It had a foxtail under it, and it was so infected it was pushing the tooth out.
Jeez.
She was able to extract 2 other teeth. So she's going to need additional dental care, which will be the next step after we get her over these humps. She's on antibiotics right now. We did a culture test. Culture told us all of the infection she had and everything. So vet's got her on all those, and she can't really leave until those run they're cleared and they run their process, which should be, I think, the end of this week. Dr. Carroll said, finally got results. Good news is all mammary masses and uterine mass were benign and completely removed with clean margins.
Great.
Big celebration. Not surprising news in the eye lesion is squamous cell carcinoma. Dr. Carroll went in and removed a lot of it. It's how she got to the eye. So it could be clean margins and it could be fine. It could also be she could have brain cancer or, we don't know.
Yeah,
and
it
so
could have spread.
Yeah, and so the x-rays tell us a lot, and she could send that to the oncologist and they could review x-rays, but CT scan would be a better determination, which is understandable. And I just said, do it. And then she said, okay, here's the cost, but she's trying to find someone that can do it for as affordable as possible. But then we just know, and what I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that there's nothing else. It was just that. There's not any brain tumors that hasn't spread in her head. It's not in her body. Her levels are okay. Her urine results came back okay. So those are all good signs pointing to the fact that maybe there isn't anything going on. Let's say when that comes back, hopefully with no cancer, then we'll get her through the rest of her treatments. We'll make sure that all the margins are clean around her eye. She may need to have one more procedure so that we can just make sure her eye works and everything's clean and clear. Small possibility that the margins aren't clear enough and that she would need to lose her eye. But let's take that day by day. And if all that goes great, we'll get her in for dental right away. I just want to get her through all these things. And then if she passes the test with Mel's dogs, I think Mel deserves this. And I think Cassie deserves this. And so I'm hoping for the best. Like I always say, guard your heart.
Well, and even if it's not the best prognosis, if Mel still would have her, I think she would still take great care of her in a hospice setting.
Yeah, a lot of these times they're hospice settings, and that's okay too, right? A dog can have years of happiness just living their life out in the best way possible.
Yeah.
So
just be in love.
Also, there's so much information. I'm trying to give you everything in this Pupdate. The vet says she's 10, not 7, so she's older.
Okay, a little bit older.
Yeah, vet thinks she could live 15, 17 years old, so there's still plenty of life left.
Okay.
And she's happy at the vet offices, like you've seen with some of the videos just rolling as we're talking here. She's going and picking toys, and she's good around other dogs, which is one concern Mel has. A lot of people would ask me, even at the shelter, like, how is she with other dogs? Because we don't know. She was on pain meds. She wasn't around other dogs. She can't be around other dogs outside of the controlled environment she's in. But she seems to be doing okay. Yeah. She gave a correction to a puppy, but just kind of in a gentle senior sort of way. So I am hopeful, and I am really happy that so many of you are on this journey, and I am so happy for Mel reaching out to us and the whole team reaching out to us and just saying help, because this is what we can do, and this is what we do best. So stay tuned. The next Pupdate will be kind of maybe what the final results were with her, and who knows, maybe a live adoption with Mel or something along those lines.
Oh man, that would be so fun.
Thank you for watching this Pupdate. Thank you to our sponsor, Sundays for Dogs. Remember, get your 50% off. Go do that now. Let's support the companies that are helping support us. One of the ways it helps pay for the vet bills. So go check them out. I'll put the link in the description below. And this is nice. I got to tell them the Pupdate and you the Pupdate all at the same time. Yeah. I feel like you're up to speed now.
Yes.
Okay, stay tuned. Thanks, guys.